The following presentation is a teaching by Avraham Emunah. The Rabbi Ramchal, Part 2 on Zoroastrian Dualism and the Creation of Evil. The Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, referred to as the Ramchal, one of the great Jewish mystics, provides a profound explanation of the nature of evil through his teachings on the Sitra Achra, the other side, in Kabbalistic thought. Central to his understanding is the concept of the Ein Sof, the infinite divine light, and the process of tzimtzum, the contraction or restriction of this light, which creates the possibility of imperfection and subsequently evil. The Sitra Achra and the restriction of the Ein Sof. According to Ramchal, the Ein Sof represents the boundless perfection of God. However, in order to make room for creation, God enacted a process of tzimtzum, a self-limitation of his infinite light. This restriction was necessary to allow for a realm distinct from God where free will, individuality and the potential for both good and evil could exist. Through this contraction, a deficiency was introduced into creation. This deficiency manifests as the realm of imperfection, which is the fertile ground from which evil can arise. Ramchal explains that the Sitra Achra is the dimension of existence that stems from this deficiency, embodying the forces of chaos, distortion and opposition to divine will. The Sitra Achra is not an independent force or power, but rather the shadow side of creation, dependent on the absence or concealment of divine light. The connection to Zoroastrian dualism. Ramchal's teachings on the Sitra Achra bear a resemblance to the dualism found in Zoroastrian philosophy, particularly in the tension between Spenta Mainyu, the good spirit, and Angra Mainyu, the destructive spirit. In Zoroastrian thought, Spenta Mainyu represents the forces of order, light and goodness, while Angra Mainyu embodies chaos, darkness and evil. While Zoroastrianism presents a form of cosmic dualism where good and evil are seen as opposing forces, Ramchal's view integrates the concept of evil within the unity of God's creation. Evil, in Ramchal's framework, does not stand independently but arises due to the necessary limitations of the divine light in creation. This deficiency, resulting from the contraction of the Ein Sof, allows for the existence of imperfection, which is the space where the forces of the Sitra Achra, like Angra Mainyu, can operate. Resolution of dualism. Unlike Zoroastrianism, where good and evil are seen as nearly equal but opposing forces, Ramchal's Kabbalistic perspective suggests that evil is a limited temporal manifestation and will ultimately be rectified. The Sitra Achra and the deficiency from which it arises are just part of the divine plan to help the world to move towards ultimate perfection. In this way, the Ramchal presents a more integrated and monotheistic vision, where even the forces of imperfection serve a higher purpose within God's unfolding plan for creation. In conclusion, Ramchal's mystical teachings on the Sitra Achra provide a sophisticated understanding of how evil emerges from the restriction of the divine light. His views share parallels with Zoroastrian dualism, yet diverge in their ultimate understanding of the relationship between good and evil. Where Zoroastrianism sees a cosmic battle between opposing forces, Ramchal sees evil as a product of divine concealment and imperfection that is destined to be resolved in the future, restoring all of creation to its intended state of divine harmony. Thank you for watching. This has been a presentation of Avraham Emunah. The views expressed here are mine alone and are not meant to be an authoritative representation of any one religious tradition.